Many veterans have now been fired from agencies across the government, and more firings of veterans are expected. And this really shouldn't come as a surprise because for decades now, Democratic and Republican presidents, including President Trump himself in his first term, have made it a priority to bring the expertise and the institutional knowledge of veterans into the federal workforce, pitching them on serving their country even after their military service comes to an end. Let's speak now with Democratic Congressman Tran from the Armed Services Committee. He is a freshman member of the House. He's an Army veteran, and he's also a former employment lawyer, as it were, who has introduced a bill to reinstate veterans who have been let go without cause. First off, Congressman, as we try to get a sense of just how big this is, do you have a sense of how many veterans have been fired at this point?
Look, our estimates are telling us it's about 6,000 veterans that have been just recklessly let go from their workplace.
And it does appear so far that these probationary employees have been let go indiscriminately. So are you looking at really what the share of the workforce is and just kind of tabulating that, or are you compiling this from anecdotes that you're hearing?
That's right. We're looking at overall how many federal employees have been fired. But more than anything, what I'm hearing from my constituents and those that are affected is that they're pissed off. They dedicated their life to serving our country, and then now, when they want to serve in the federal government and they thought they had their dream job, it gets ripped away from them.
So this bill that you've introduced, it's called the Protect Veterans Jobs Act, and it would also require these federal agencies to give a detailed explanation of why workers who are veterans were dismissed. How would that protect them?
Look, I think when it comes to congressional oversight, that's very important. When we have federal employees who are veterans who served their country and now they're in the workplace for us, we ask them to serve again. We got to make sure we protect them. It's the right thing to do. It's common decency. I think when we have federal agencies reporting to us and sharing with us the details on why these veterans are being terminated, we have better control over what's happening at the executive branch level.
And of course, you're a Democrat, so you're in the minority, right? In the House, in the Senate, this doesn't go anywhere without Republicans. And what we've seen so far is that Republicans, they do seem to be sounding the alarm in some ways, a few of them at least, but privately with the Trump administration. This is obviously very public. Do you have Republican buy-in on this?
My bill is very nonpartisan, right? We all talk about how much we love our veterans and we want to take care of them. Well, here's their chance. We have President Trump just saying how much he cares about our veterans. Here's his chance to protect them. And talking to some of my Republicans from across the aisle, they tell me how great my bill is, but they're shying away from it because they're worried. They want to see how this plays out.
You are formerly an employment lawyer. I don't know if you realized how handy that insight might come these early days of your job as a congressman. How are you seeing this particular issue with veterans and also with other federal workers from that vantage point?
Absolutely. I think, I thought I hung up my litigation employment jersey when I came to Congress, but absolutely not. I'm here to make sure that I protect veterans. I'm talking to my Democratic colleagues. We want to make sure not just veterans, but any employee that indiscriminately gets terminated without the right procedures, protocol. This is something that should have been done surgically, not so recklessly as we've seen with DOGE and how this administration is handling.
Can you speak to, and we hear this from veterans, Democrats and Republicans who are in Congress, and how they see that job as sort of continued service. We hear this from federal workers too, about how they view their jobs as continued service after they leave the military. There are these caricatures of who federal workers are. Can you tell us a little bit about how that is informing veterans?
Yeah, look, well, for me, I served as a veteran, and now I'm serving again in Congress as a federal employee. And I think it's all about our nature to give back, our wanting to protect this country and serve our country, donning the uniform and wearing that uniform, and now putting on a suit and going into the workplace. It's about making sure that we take care of our community and our country. And that's the mindset that almost every veteran federal employee has when they come back in to serve.
Well, Congressman Tran, thanks for being with us. Thank you as well for your service. We appreciate it.
Thank you.